Chainsaw Man. This is Chainsaw Man, Chapter 92, Zombie Blood Chainsaw. And this is the audience-voted RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified
Yeah.
RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, this one, I believe, just a little under half of the vote, which was surprising to me. I thought My Hero or Black Clover was probably going to take this for sure, or at least My Hero, but I don't know. Let me break down the results in real time. We had Chainsaw Man won at 47% of the vote. We had Jujutsu Kaisen at 14%. Black Clover was second place at 31%. Jujutsu Kaisen was third at 14%. And My Hero Academia got 8% of the vote, which is shocking. But yeah, this is this is Chainsaw Man Chapter 92. Last we left off, Denji was revived by power, and he met with the old man, and he's like, I'll keep you safe from Makima. So they fuck off to this weird underground bunker. Kobeni's with them. And she's like, and the old man's like, okay, Makima can't listen to us here.
It's all right to talk now. Yo, I seen that shit. It was crying, man.
Yeah, we have
he's real serious about that, man. He's not taking any chances.
Yeah, reception's bad under here for Makima PCS, so she can't hear us down here. And they're just basically sitting down watching TV and waiting for the night to pass, because apparently, like, their plan is going to be initiated tomorrow, whatever they're going to do. So Denji sits next to Kobeni, and they have a conversation. Basically, Kobeni starts off this conversation by saying, "Wait, so I can't call my mom or my dad?" And she's like, and the old man's like, "Nah, sorry." And she's like, "Cool. I don't want to talk to them anyway. I have an excuse to get away from them." And I'm like, whoa. Kobeni is weird. Like, we know almost nothing about Kobeni, but she's such a strange individual. Yeah, there's like a lot of backstory to her, it feels. No, we don't know yet. So she's just shivering in the corner because she's scared she's about to get murdered by Makima. And she's like, must be nice. You're immortal, so you can't be killed. And Denji's like, yeah, I may look okay, but my heart feels like it's at the bottom of a toilet clogged with crap. And he brings up this, like, sad thing. It's just like, up till now, everything I've experienced, whether good or bad, were all manufactured by another person. And that's really fucking with my head, because the only real choices I guess I've ever made are the little things like what to eat for lunch.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of sad because like even if we make it out alive, I bet I'll just be somebody's obedient dog forever. And Kobeni is just like, well, isn't that just normal? You know, there's no such thing as a life free of bad things, except in your dreams. And this is 2-page spread where Denji looks at her like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
I guess it's...
Go ahead.
I guess it's because Kobeni didn't exactly make him feel better, where he's like, oh shit, this may be the case after all. I may just be...
Yeah, right? Like, damn.
Well, good pep talk, I guess.
I'm always going to have to deal with bad things.
Well, it's interesting. I think that's what the thing is supposed to be, where like Denji thought he like accomplished his dreams, and you know, nothing bad would probably happen to him. Like, he finally made it. But I guess he's coming to grips where like, just because, you know, he's made it out of the dumpster doesn't mean his troubles are over. Which is crazy. And Denji just looks down and is like, but I want it to be normal. And she just goes, you want to be normal, Denji? And man, he has nothing to say to that. I don't know what this is supposed to mean, really. Do you know, Josh?
No, I put a lot of thought into it too, man, and I honestly don't have much to show for it. I try to understand, and I have a little idea, which is I don't think this is going to be the case, but we may be seeing a moment here where we see a huge change in philosophy
Hmm.
uh, with Denji and and his character.
Yeah.
Because, like he said, I mean, he said it plainly, like, yo, everything I've been doing was not even because I wanted to do it. It's just situations I fell into, and I've been wilding for respect. You
Mhm.
know, the only, the only, the only type of control I had over my life was choosing what fucking snack I was about to eat. You
Yeah.
know, and do I want the pancakes or the waffles? So, I guess that bomb just got dropped on him, and he's just thinking like, ah, man, come on, like I don't want to deal with all this hardship. I just want to be a normal person, and maybe she challenged him as far as thinking what is normal.
Yeah.
What is that even supposed to mean?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
how the fuck do you think you're ever going to be normal? Or
I think
why
it's
would
more
you want
like
to be normal? I don't know.
I think it's more like, what did you think normal was? You know, like, I think that's an interesting thought. It's just the idea that, like, yeah, but that is normal. Because when you think about, you know, I guess in a very pessimistic sense, like how much control we all have over our lives. And Denji's lament is like, yo, all I really ever had was the choice of these little things, like what I'm going to eat, what little activities I'm going to do, you know, probably the video games he played with Power, all that stuff. Those little baby choices that we all have. And she's like, yeah, but that's normal. Right?
True.
She said like
a lot of things in life are just out of our hands, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Yo, we just figured it out.
Damn.
Another thing I want to mention is that, like, Kobeni saying that, it kind of looks like Denji just woke up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when she says that, and it's like he spent all this time chasing a dream, right? And once he quote unquote accomplished that dream, he had nothing to live for, right? Because it's like he already did everything that he thought he wanted. But it still didn't satisfy him. Like it's almost like he wasn't really aware of the world that he of how he affected the world or of everything that he really went through, because he was in a dream state, you know, like a dreamlike state. Because even at well, I don't want to talk about the end of the chapter yet, but
yeah. Here's what I say to that, because I think there's a lot of truth. It's more that I think it's that, but it's also Denji's realizing that his dream kind of stunk. Just like he
wasn't being nearly as ambitious as he could have. Like he didn't open his mind at all.
Well, it's not even that. Is that he couldn't, because this just being able to eat non-rotten bread was the dream to him. And then he's realizing now that he's there is that like, yeah, now I have that ability and now I have that opportunity. But now it's just like, is this it? You know, like this is what it is this is what I've ever always wanted. You know, it's what Brian said, is like he's reached his dream and is realizing like his dream isn't great. Or like his dream isn't all that he wanted or what he thought it would be. Very depressing. What is all of our lives? But as Denji is, I guess, figuring this along with us in this moment, he is interrupted by the TV saying "Chainsaw Man," and he's like, "This isn't the hero of a manga we're talking about. He's talking about a man who always gets back up again, no matter how many times he goes down." And he's watching the news as all of the people around the world are just chanting his name. And yeah, Denji's like, that's me. Holy shit. And I guess he doesn't really have...
That's inspiring, man.
Yeah.
But they're not like, yeah, we love Chainsaw Man because he murders people and he's fucking that metal. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, he doesn't stop, man. This nigga doesn't quit. That's Makonuchi Ippo.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
Never stopping. And yeah, he's just realizing this, and that's where the chapter ends. It's just him watching TV. He doesn't really say anything as he's watching thousands of people chant for the Chainsaw Man. And I wonder, I think he's realizing that maybe he didn't live a normal life. Like he has this potential to be more.
Real quick, this is what I wanted to bring up, was that like this isn't the first time that Chainsaw Man or Denji was approached like by people, like, you know, kind of idolizing Chainsaw Man, right? Like, so him seeing all this stuff, like, and being surprised by being idolized was a little interesting because it just shows just how, I don't know, it just seems as though like he wasn't really paying attention to how he influenced the world, right? Because he was so like hell bent on being normal, he wouldn't picture himself being like this important, right?
Mhm.
Like, why would a normal person have this much public support?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I feel like that's another thing where it's like he shut out the like his influence on the world because he in an attempt to be normal.
He shut out everything. That amongst a whole bunch of other things. You know, he
Well-
was living in a box. You know, he had his
I
entire
I chalk that up to him in his Chainsaw Man form. I don't know how much he actually remembers from the time that he's in that form. So he may not have I don't think he even knew that this is how people regarded him. And he doesn't really watch the news, it looks like. So there's no way for him to really have known how much he's impacted the world. But yeah, I mean, I guess this is going to be the turning point, is that like in his quest to be normal, he became something more. Just by wanting to be a guy, you know? Or just trying to be like how this is like the development of him becoming a fully formed human being, I guess. It's just by being an everyman, he's influenced so many. His desire to be just like a normal person has brought irrevocable change to most people's lives. That's how I see it, at least. I'm glad we talked about this. This is what
well said.
I love doing this podcast for, is that when I read this, I was like, what does this mean? But having this talk, to be this ability to be able to like bounce ideas off of people and like try to figure it out together, it's always fun. If you guys drew something
indeed.
else, if you guys drew something else from this that we didn't see, let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to read them and share your perspective. That'll be sick. So, comment below if you also have like a little bit of an insight as to what this chapter was. But anyway, that's all I got to say about Chainsaw Man. I guess it does have the well-deserved audience decided RGC.